Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question.
What if the politest country on earth just exposed the loudest president in modern history? Good evening, everyone. Buckle up, because what just happened between Canada and Donald Trump is the kind of geopolitical chaos you couldn't script if you tried. This is one of those moments where you blink, reread the headline, and think, there's no way this is real. And yet, here we are. Canada. Yes, Canada, the nation of apologies, maple syrup, and aggressively friendly customer service, just detonated a diplomatic bomb by releasing a secret recording of Donald Trump. Let that sink in. The country that invented sorry as a reflex just said, actually, no, and dropped receipts. And the White House? Absolute panic.
You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came.
Picture the scene. Staffers scrambling, press secretaries suddenly developing selective amnesia, and Trump, well, we'll get to him. Because the irony here is delicious. The moment Trump thought he was untouchable, Canada reminded him that hockey sticks are sharp for a reason. The recording allegedly comes from a private call between Trump and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, a cozy conversation, friendly, off the record. At least Trump thought so. Somewhere between the small talk and the ego flexing, Trump got way too comfortable, and somebody, maybe a staffer, maybe Trudeau, maybe a very tech-savvy moose, hit record. What's on the tape? Oh, it's gold. Trump reportedly referred to Canada as a state that just hasn't figured it out yet. He mocked Trudeau as weak, took shots at Canadian healthcare, and then, this is where he really messed up, he went after Canadian beer. Sir, you do not insult Canadian beer. That's not diplomacy, that's blasphemy. Trump didn't just underestimate Canada, he forgot they keep receipts. Now here's where it gets worse for Trump. This is the same man who built his brand on being the ultimate negotiator, the art of the deal, the guy who claims to always be 10 steps ahead.
Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States.
And yet, in this recording, he shows zero awareness that someone might be recording him. Zero. That's like Gordon Ramsay burning toast, completely off-brand. When the tape surfaced, the White House went straight to the usual playbook. Deny, discredit, downplay, fake news, taken out of context, locker room talk, anything to make it disappear. But then Trump did what Trump always does. He went on Truth Social and sort of admitted it. I never said that, but if I did, I was right. That's not a denial, that's a confession with extra steps. Meanwhile, Trudeau handled this like the most Canadian power move imaginable. Calm, polite, smiling just enough to be terrifying. At a press conference, he said, "We value our relationship with the United States, but we also value honesty and transparency." Translation, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed, and I brought receipts. And when Trump floated the idea, apparently on the call, that Canada should just merge with the US to make things easier, Trudeau didn't raise his voice. He didn't insult him, he simply responded with facts. "With all due respect, Mr. President," Trudeau said, "we already have functioning healthcare and gun control." Boom! That line will be replayed in international relations textbooks for decades.
Facts, evidence, reason, logic, an understanding of science. These are good things. These are qualities you want in people making policy.
But Trump wasn't done. Oh no. He threatened tariffs on cars, on steel, and then, somehow, on maple syrup. Maple syrup. That's not an economic threat. That's a declaration of war on brunch. First of all, maple syrup already costs more than champagne at Whole Foods. Second, threatening Canada over syrup is like threatening Italy with sanctions on pasta. You're not hurting them, you're hurting yourself. Canada's response? They released the tape. Mic drop. Trump tried to play hardball, and Canada responded with a mirror. The fallout was immediate and brutal. Trump denied the tape, then doubled down, then tripled down. He started rage posting, calling Canada ungrateful, and claiming he made them relevant. Yes, he actually said that about the country that once burned down the White House in 1814. Sure, Donald, sure. He held rallies, he tweeted through the night, he even endorsed a parody account thinking it was real news. That's how deep into the spiral he went. And then, because the universe has a sense of humor, Mexico joined in. Mexico released a statement saying, "We too have had difficult conversations with President Trump. Perhaps everyone should start recording their calls." Oh, snap.
Including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. Done so much, and and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money, they were stone cold broke, and I saved them.
The world noticed. France, Germany, the UK, all subtly backing Canada, all enjoying the show, because nothing unites world leaders like watching someone implode in public. The timing couldn't have been worse. The tape dropped the same week Trump was scheduled to meet with global leaders at a major summit. Imagine walking into that room knowing everyone has heard you trash talk one of their closest allies. That's like showing up to Thanksgiving after everyone heard you insult grandma. No eye contact, no good snacks, just vibes, and not good ones. Trump, of course, couldn't stop himself. He claimed he doesn't need Canada. He said he would make his own maple syrup. Sir, that's not how trees work. But his base cheered anyway. And that's the real takeaway here. This wasn't just a diplomatic scandal, it was a character study. Trump cannot admit fault. He cannot stay quiet. He cannot let something go. Every attempt to spin the story only made it worse. Canada didn't shout, they didn't insult, they didn't escalate. They just released the receipts and let the world do the rest. So here we are. The tape is out. It's been memed, auto-tuned, turned into TikTok dances, and archived forever on the internet. You can't unring that bell. Trump's legal team is sweating, world leaders are watching, and Canada just proved that even the nicest countries have limits. Polite, calm, surgical. Well played, eh?